Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, welcome. I'm Ken and I'm so happy you stumbled upon my little YouTube corner where I share all my travel adventures, the highs, the lows, the awkward moments, the amazing food, and everything in between. If you're into real, honest, and sometimes chaotic travel stories, you're in the right place. Right now, we're in this super local spot here in Hanoi, famous for their Bun Rieu, and honestly, it already smells amazing the moment you step in. So, what is Bun Rieu? It's a traditional Vietnamese noodle soup made with a light but flavorful tomato-based broth. It usually comes with crab paste, but here you get to choose your toppings. I went for the plain version, just beef, because I wanted to keep it simple. But my two travel buddies went all in. They ordered the one with mantis shrimp and even balut. Yep, balut in soup. And honestly, all three of us loved what we got. The broth was rich and tangy, the beef was super tender, and it came with a mountain of fresh herbs and veggies on the side, plus rice vermicelli noodles that soaked up all that flavor. I totally get now why even the locals are crazy about this dish. It's comfort food, but packed with personality. Tip for you guys if you plan to go, try to get there early. The place fills up fast, and I mean, the foot traffic is wild. It's nonstop, but totally worth it. So if you're ever in Hanoi, Bun Rieu is a must. Don't leave without trying it. Since there was still a bit of time before our tour guide picked us up at the hotel, we decided to have coffee at Leva Coffee, which was just a short walk away. I had actually been eyeing this spot since we arrived in Hanoi. It has this cozy balcony that overlooks the street. It's the perfect place to relax, people watch, and enjoy a cup of coffee while the streets are still relatively quiet. Leva Coffee is tucked right in the heart of the old quarter. The vibe is warm and inviting, with a mix of modern decor and traditional charm. The staff were friendly and the menu had a nice selection of drinks and pastries. It felt like one of those spots where you could just sit back, take a breath, and enjoy the little moments before the busy day starts. Now, I've tried egg coffee before, but this one was a little different. The barista actually torched the top foam, like with a literal blowtorch, giving it this slight burnt caramelized layer on top. It added a nice kick, kind of like a roasted marshmallow vibe, which I wasn't expecting, but ended up really liking. It still had that signature creamy, sweet, almost dessert-like taste, but with an extra smoky edge that made it stand out from the usual versions. If you're looking to try egg coffee with a twist, definitely keep an eye out for spots that torch it. Such a small touch, but it totally elevates the experience. Here's what Trina said about the coffee and her experience at Leva Coffee.
Na-appreciate ko yung ano nila talaga, yung service and hospitality nila, no?
So
Kakaiba
far,
rin.
yes.
Oo. Talagang alagang-alaga nila yung mga clients, yung mga customers nila.
Correct. So that's 65,000 Vietnamese dollars.
Yes,
Diba?
65,000 for it. The experience and yung taste kaya. Nasasabi ko lang ang saya ko. Ang sarap. Kakaiba siyang coffee.
Ano ang rating mo sa kanya out of 10? Ay, out of 5 lang, para
Out of
consistent.
5. Kasi ano nga, di ba, first time ko, well, although it's too sweet for my preference, I would give it 4.5 din. So far. Kasi nga, ito pa lang yung first. First of many.
Nice.
After our little coffee break, our tour guide picked us up and brought us to one of Hanoi's most talked about spot, Hanoi Train Street. We actually booked this tour through Klook, which made everything super convenient. No need to worry about directions or timings, they handled it all. Now, a little backstory on this place. Hanoi Train Street wasn't originally meant to be a tourist attraction. It's actually a functioning railway track that cuts right through a residential neighborhood. Trains have been passing through here for decades, just inches away from people's homes. But what made it go viral was how locals started setting up little cafes along the tracks. Tourists began showing up to experience the thrill of sitting just this close to a moving train. Social media picked it up, and suddenly it became a must-visit photo spot in Hanoi. After visiting Hanoi Train Street, we made our way to the Incense Village. It's located quite far from the city center, so getting there took a bit of time. The village is known for producing traditional hand-rolled incense sticks. Families here have been making incense for generations using natural ingredients like cinnamon, sandalwood, and other herbs. What makes this place so popular online are the vibrant displays of incense sticks arranged in colorful fans laid out to dry in the sun. It's definitely a beautiful place for taking photos and videos. If you're into creating content for social media, this spot will not disappoint. The colors, the textures, and the setting all look amazing on camera. That said, if you're working with a limited schedule in Hanoi, this might not be the most time-efficient choice. Personally, I wouldn't recommend it strongly to those who are only staying for a few days. Overall, I'd give this tourist spot a 3 out of 5 stars. It was well arranged and gave us a few unique visuals, but I do feel the long drive could have been spent exploring more engaging parts of Hanoi, especially if it's your first visit. Still, it was a good experience and I'm glad we got to see it. It's all part of the adventure. Here's our tour guide explaining how the incense is made, and Trina even volunteered.
Here we come to small stripe like this one. See? Touch it? Yeah. You can touch it. Only small stripe. Yeah. Right? So, and we'll rub it together using a machine so that all the pearls and the splinter will be gone. Alright? And now I will need one volunteer. Want to be volunteer? Okay.
You go to
Come here. So you hold this. And you give me inside the chemical bowl over here. Yeah, it's how we dive the incense. Yeah, here, yeah. Here or here. Yeah, here's good. Okay. Alright, nice. Yeah. Yeah, like that. Yeah, nice. Put it over. I'll put it powder. It smells herbal, right?
Wood? Oh my, wood pa rin, ano?
It smells very herbal, right?
Sage?
Actually, we call this like.
From the moment we arrived at the Incense Village, there was one thing I kept wondering about. Why didn't it actually smell like incense? You would expect the scent to hit you the moment you stepped out of the car, but it didn't. And here's the answer. Listen to me realizing it.
So this explains kung bakit walang scent yung buong field. Kasi dapat
Siya
pala,
covered ng mga
oo,
scents.
meron siyang ganito.
The rest, yung naka-display lang yun.
Oo.
The incense sticks on display are not the finished product yet. Most of them are still drying under the sun and haven't gone through the final scenting or burning process. That's why the air smelled more like wood and sun-dried materials than actual incense. A small detail, but it answered something I had been curious about the whole time we were there. After wrapping up the tour at the Incense Village, we made our way back to the old quarters. And of course, no trip to Hanoi is complete without stopping for some Bun Cha. We're now standing right in front of Bun Cha, one of the most well-known spots in the city. This isn't just any Bun Cha place, it's actually recognized by the Michelin guide under the Bib Gourmand category, which means amazing food at a great value. If you're not familiar with Bun Cha, it's a traditional Vietnamese dish made up of grilled pork served in a bowl of slightly sweet and tangy fish sauce-based broth, usually with slices of garlic and chili. It comes with a generous serving of fresh herbs and rice noodles on the side, so you kind of build each bite the way you like it. We got the basic Bun Cha set along with some crispy spring rolls, and everything was just so flavorful. The pork was smoky and tender, the broth had just the right balance, and the veggies were fresh and crunchy. I've always loved Bun Cha. It's actually my favorite Vietnamese dish, and this one completely lived up to the hype. If you're in Hanoi, definitely add Bun Cha Jac Kim to your list. It's a must try. After that delicious meal at Bun Cha Jac Kim, we started making our way back to the hotel to get some rest. It had already been a pretty full day, and we definitely needed to recharge. While we were on the way back to the hotel, Trina mentioned she was craving banh mi. Honestly, none of us could argue with that, so we agreed to have banh mi for dinner later. It sounded like the perfect way to end the night. And we are out and about looking for a good spot to grab some banh mi. After a quick search on Google, we found a place called Banh Mi, and it had an impressive 4.9 star rating. Even better, it was just a few steps away from our hotel. We all agreed to give it a try, and honestly, I really liked it. The bread was exactly how a good banh mi should be. Crunchy on the outside, soft on the inside. The meat was tender, the sauce had just the right amount of flavor, and the herbs were perfectly balanced. That part really stood out for me. With other banh mi I've tried, the herbs sometimes overpower the whole thing. But here, everything worked together. It was a simple and satisfying way to end the day. Definitely worth checking out if you're in the area. I read somewhere that banh mi originated in Vietnam during the French colonial period when the French introduced the baguette. Over time, the Vietnamese adapted it by filling the bread with local ingredients like pickled vegetables, herbs, meats, and sauces, creating the version we know and love today. After dinner, we went for a walk around the old quarters. The area was so vibrant, full of lights, street performers, food stalls, and people just enjoying the night. We noticed that some of the roads leading to the center, where the lake is, were closed to vehicles since it was the weekend. It made the whole place feel more relaxed and walkable. One thing we did notice, though, was that the famous Shark building was closed. It looked like it was under renovation, which was a bit of a surprise since we were hoping to check it out. Before calling it a night, we made one last stop at Temple of the Jade Mountain, which sits right in the middle of Hoan Kim Lake. You get there by crossing the bright red Huck Bridge, which looks even more beautiful at night when it is all lit up. Inside the temple, there is something pretty unique on display. A taxidermied giant soft-shell turtle that is linked to a famous Vietnamese legend about a magical sword and the golden turtle god. Fun fact, the turtle species found in this lake is considered one of the rarest turtles in the world. At one point, it was believed that only a few were left on the entire planet. Seeing this preserved one up close was a rare and unexpected moment during our walk. Our visit to the Temple of the Jade Mountain was the last stop for the day. It was a peaceful way to end a full and busy itinerary. Looking back, I truly enjoyed everything, especially the food we got to try. Hanoi is not just about the places you visit, it is also very much about the food you experience along the way. The highlight of the day for me was definitely eating at the Bib Gourmand recognized Bun Cha place. That meal alone made the entire day feel complete. As for the visit to Hanoi Train Street and the Incense Village, I would say it was okay. It is not something I would strongly recommend to friends, but if you have a lot of time in Hanoi, it could be something to add to your itinerary for the photos and experience. Personally, the commute from the city center to the Incense Village and back felt a bit long. That time could have been spent exploring other parts of Hanoi that might have offered more meaningful or engaging experiences, especially for first-time visitors. Still, every stop gave us a new perspective, and that is what travel is all about. And that wraps up today's video. Thank you so much for watching and spending the day with me here in Hanoi. If you enjoyed this vlog, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. There's more travel content coming your way, so stay tuned and I'll see you in the next one.